You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 479, recorded April 2023, posted December 2024. Friendship Bracelets.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. I use he, him pronouns. And today we are playing Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor, one of the Candlekeep mysteries. Our adventurers have tracked this cold case from the Candlekeep Library to the streets of Waterdeep to the small town of Greenfast to the weird cultist headquarters on the outskirts of town. After talking their way past the guards, they have confronted the evil cult leader and some magic has been used. Allow me to introduce our players in initiative order of their characters because we are starting off with a big fight. First up, James Thompson.
I am playing Nyasa Nightweaver, she/her, who's a high elf rogue who really doesn't want to become a beak brain.
Next up, Tiff Arment.
Hi, Paulie Quartz, he, him, who is, I was going to say, ready to rumble with some brain parrots.
Also joining us, Jason Snell.
Hi there, I'm playing Nis, and she is a lizardfolk sorcerer who started all this because once you reach the big bad, you should just set him on fire.
Yep. It's always nice with a magic user. It's like, what is my highest level spell? I'm doing that.
I'm doing that right now. I know, it's very exciting.
Now.
First off.
Clip Clop, it's Kathy Campbell.
That's me. Well, no, my character, Hermione, Clip Clops, because she is a centaur fighter, and her flanks are guarding our flanks. So we're ready to flank it off. No, I don't know. I got it. We'll just let's roll some dice.
Flanktastic. And last but not least, it's Erica Ensign.
Hello, yes, Erica Ensign, she/her, playing Fritata, a Goliath barbarian who rolled very poorly. Also she/her.
It happens. You have still beaten out the cult fanatic. So let me paint the picture for all of you and for our listeners at home. You have worked your way down to basically the main ritual chamber, the inner sanctum, the cathedral of darkness that is the place where this cult carries out their horrible rituals. Their rituals seem to be mainly based around taking sacrifices and using them to sub these horrible floating brain beak tentacle monsters. Lord Vialis Yellowcrest is there. He is furious. He has been set on fire by, well, we know it's Nis. He thinks it's like his trusted business advisor, the elf. Two of his bodyguards are dead. He does have two floating brain monsters, one freshly summoned and freshly singed by fire, and three other loyal, tough-looking cultists hanging around the room. There is, at the back of the room, one junior cult guard who has that I should go look for help look in his terrified eyes. Nyasa Night Reader, you are next. You're in the middle of the room, maybe about 10 feet away from Lord Vialis Yellowcrest, surrounded by several of your friends. What will you do?
Would you say that this is going to be a surprise?
Who was surprised by Nis suddenly dropping fire in the middle of the room?
I mean, that's totally Nis.
I don't know. Were all the players surprised by that? Was anyone surprised?
I was a little surprised.
I was standing right next to her and was... I mean, Fritata, a barbarian, goes into rages all the time. So I don't know if she was necessarily surprised so much as, oh, thank God I can move.
Right.
All right, I guess you get to decide if you were also about to. I mean, the challenging thing, if you have, kind of the advantage in a fight, you can, have a surprise attack, which we gave Nis. Nis definitely surprised all the bad guys. If you think you were ready to go as soon as you saw Nis do that, you also get a surprise attack on them. But if you are not, if you don't think you were ready to do that, if you are reacting to Nis doing that, you do not get a surprise round.
I mean, like, if I get to decide...
I feel like this is kind of the
Can we roll to see if we were surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to roll.
Do we have a surprise
You
I mean, we
flip-
didn't
flip a-
have- we
flip a
didn't-
Do we have
coin.
like a
To
readiness
be fair,
roll?
we didn't plan a signal. We didn't we had nothing ready to go. So
You
We
certainly
are
did
super
not.
stealthy though.
Mm.
yeah, being stealthy right now is not good because then we wouldn't have recognized what Nis was doing.
No, you really.
Yeah.
I think.
You're
I
so
think you were
stealthy.
kind of.
Mhm.
I
You're
think you were real. You're kind of freestyling it out here. It's,
Yep.
it's just, you know.
Like I wish I could split the difference and just go into a rage, but not actually do anything. But that's not a thing.
Yeah. Nyasa, do you think you had a thing ready to go, or do you think you were reacting to?
I'm gonna
Nis
say
casting fire?
I did not.
I was kind of thinking of trying to get close to Lord Vialis and get an attack in. So,
All right. Nis drops fire, and you rush in and stab with your dagger in the direction of Lord Vialis.
yeah. So I'm gonna call this a sneak attack.
All right.
Kind of. Well, let's see if I can actually do anything. That is a 13 plus 7, 20.
All right. You Lord Vialis is still looking at who he thinks is Farrell.
Farrell, the elf,
Kind of
yes.
dumbfounded when one of these simpleton new recruits rushes forward and stabs him. In this case, he thinks you the simpleton new recruit.
Well, that's fair. But because this is a sneak attack, it's not going to go well. It's
Or to
For
go
him.
great.
5d6 plus something.
5d6.
5d6.
He's getting hit by a lot of dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of dice, a lot of
This may be-
daggers.
This may be a short session.
5d6 plus 4. That
We are
is
level 7, Tony.
6,
Yeah.
7, 8.
Yeah,
You
there's
did
also
talk your way
brain
past all the
beacons.
other rooms, and you
Yeah.
know, which in addition to you didn't have to fight those people, you might have to fight them later. Means that other people. I think there was the expectation that, you know, if you caused a ruckus in the foyer, everybody else in the whole dungeon would have been
Would
ready
come
for
and
you.
play.
And instead, you snuck through, and you were the ones that were ready. Well, at least this was.
That was 22 damage.
All right. Lord Vialis Yellowcrest is badly hurt. He is clutching his side. Blood is just spurting out of, you know, the general area of his ribs, drenching his cloak. He's not happy.
So I can either throw another dagger or I can roll under a bench and hide.
Follow your heart.
Your heart is stabbing.
I mean,
Is your heart under a bench?
Cowardly heart.
Nyasa's heart is self-preservation. So,
Also, you don't want to be within 10 feet of me
Yeah.
yeah.
because I might start on fire.
Angry aura. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll diagonally under this bench right here.
All right. You lunge forward, stab Lord Vialis Yellowcrest in the ribs, and then roll backward, taking cover behind one of the benches.
I think that's all. I do.
Who else is moving? Who else is going on this surprise round?
I can't make a good enough argument for it for me, so I'm not
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. I'm short. I didn't see much.
Hermione is just excited.
I feel
To
like you could
finally
have
be a
you
part
could
of
have
it.
read Nis's expressions other than the fact that Nis is actually Farrell the elf right now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
he
haven't
always
traveled
looks
enough
cranky,
together enough
so.
that I know your body language yet. So,
All right. It is. I think then. So that was the surprise round. One stab, one fire. Now we go in actual turn order. And I believe that means we get to go with Nyasa again.
Oh, well, that's good. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could just throw more daggers at Lord Vialis. I mean,
I'll just point out, just to be your tactical friend, there is a very junior cultist like 10 feet behind you who is about to go and get everyone.
Yeah. Go ahead and get him, especially because.
now that's
like-
Nyasa in action too, right? Which is like
Mhm.
shh.
Yeah.
Right? It's like no, you need to be quiet.
I'll
And the
get
best way for you to be quiet is for you to be dead.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that's a good plan. I like that tactic.
Thank
Right,
you,
I will.
Tactic Tony.
I will
Tactical Tony.
take out.
I mean, also you did choose to like roll under the benches, so you can.
I'm just going to
perfect shot.
keep rolling
Yeah, you're right
and
there.
roll out the other side.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Gather no moss. Hey,
You're securing our flank. You're immediately like, take out the bad guy, silence the other guy.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
love it.
stop them.
Because now I can go after the big guys.
Yeah. Okay. 15 plus 7. That is 22.
The junior cultist who was running to get help has no idea that you're there, and as your dagger just slices through him. Roll damage.
28
He's dead.
Yeah,
damage.
that is approximately 4 times his actual number of hit points. His mouth opens as if to call out in help, and it is just a spurt of blood, and he's on the ground.
Roll back under the bench.
Lord Vialis looks. He is clutching at the wound on his side. He is badly hurt, and he just says, "Kill them all!" And he disappears. I would think that a experienced magic user such as Nis would immediately, happening right in front of you, recognize the use of a teleport spell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wonder where he went.
So I think you specifically would know, Nis, that he is probably somewhere nearby.
Yes.
The horrible brain monsters are next. They kind of drift down toward your level. And you know what? I think they're going to go for the betrayer, Farrell the elf, who has, is doing something horrible, and who will have to pay for his crimes against, just a guy who's just trying to bring some brain monsters into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. The horrible brain monsters have multi-attack. They will attack you once with their tentacles and once with their beak. So, yeah. This will, if it matters, this is the one on the left first.
Doesn't matter.
Tentacle attack coming your way, Nis. I have rolled a 17 to hit you.
That will hit.
All right. You will take 7 piercing damage, and as the barbs on the tentacles hit you, you have that familiar feeling of poison coursing through your veins. Give me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Constitution saving throw. DC 11, you said.
DC
I have a
11.
thing with poison, but I'm just going to wait for now.
Okay.
18.
All right, you shake it off. You get the feeling that, your joints were like a little stiff for a second there, as if perhaps something was about to paralyze you, and it does not. The horrible brain monster then tries to beak you. I have rolled an 18 to hit. That will be 7 piercing damage. The horrible brain monster to your right does something very similar. That is a critical hit on the tentacle and a good hit on the beak. So that is going to be 14 piercing damage total from combined, and you got to do another saving throw to see if you are paralyzed by its horrible
Constitution saving again.
Yep, 11 or higher.
I'd like to use my inspiration. Can I do that?
Yeah, I believe that's what it's for.
Don't
Can't
ask
take it with you.
permission. Just do it.
Well, I mean, this is the truth of it. Is I need to 17 plus 2, 19.
All right, you shake it off, but maybe you don't want to keep getting hit by barbed tentacles.
I don't.
I'm not gonna tell you how to live, but I will tell you how you're gonna die.
21 points of damage right there.
There are horrible brain, parrot, tentacle, octopus, squid, jellyfish monsters murdering an elf in a great hat who is secretly your friend. There were also several thug-like cultists lurking around. It seems like Vial's Yellowcrest has disappeared, probably to go somewhere and bleed to death. But there are still several menacing threats in this room. What will you do?
all right. Can I move over here where this pillar is? Can I share that space? Ish.
If you move You will get attacked by 2 different people.
Yeah.
If I move.
Yeah,
because you're right now you're
in their
right next
range.
to a brain monster and a cultist.
If I get attacked, do I still get my action afterwards?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
you
going
do.
to take
You just
damage.
would take.
If
you
you
take a
yeah,
bunch of
and if
damage.
you get paralyzed, you probably wouldn't get to take that action.
That's true.
Or move.
I don't think I'll get paralyzed by a cultist.
You might by the brain monster.
But yeah, the
Mhm.
Yeah,
This
taking extra damage to move
parrot
is not a
monster.
great idea, but you can do it if you need to. But
Yeah, if you have
Well,
something
my
super
spell-
duper epic, it might be worth it.
Yeah, my spell is like a 5-foot wide thing. So if I could get all of these,
Oh, you're gonna
because
lightning
they're
bolt
all
them?
mine. Yeah,
I was
like-
going to do that on the next turn. It's great. Yeah, it's great. Well, yeah, you could take. Yeah, you take the. I think.
If you
Yeah,
go,
you
You
just have to take
could.
those opportunity attacks. Yeah.
I mean,
Or
if you go,
could move to here
yeah, go down
and
one.
just one down, and then you would not take any attacks because you're still in range,
But
and then
it's-
you could lightning bolt 3 of them.
3 of them.
No,
and not-
only 3. Yeah, but not
Yeah.
the 2 behind me.
Correct.
But you would fry some brains.
But if I move, I might as well move.
yeah, well, they won't
no, because
attack
the,
you.
the only reason that you would get attacked is if you leave their threat
you leave
area.
their range.
So if you
Right.
move down 1, you don't get attacked. That's
True.
and you still
the
get
trade-off.
3 as opposed to none with the chance of paralyzation.
Moving will let you get you 2 bonus targets, but at a
It
cost.
might
to
also get
your
you dead.
Health.
Yeah, and
I
the,
don't think
the,
it would get me dead.
the brains seem to be pretty bad. So
Yeah,
So probably
they're from
go
a
for
rough
them
neighborhood.
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move down then. Just
All
the
right.
1.
Now, is this lightning bolt that you're planning going to be a threat to Nis?
No, it's only
No, it's in a
5
straight
foot
line.
wide.
Isn't Nis in that line?
5 feet wide. Isn't each square 5 feet?
Yeah, no, I'm not. It's just literally it's
Mhm.
every square over to the
one
right
line.
from where
For
Polly
100
is.
feet.
Okay.
Does that work
But-
or no?
This
yeah.
is the one
I
that
think
set
that
the horse and buggy
The
on fire.
carriage on
Yeah.
fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that only hit other people because it was at the diagonal, but I'm going
Yeah.
in a straight line.
You know what? I just reloaded my browser. Nis was in a different square than I thought. So everything's great.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let's do lightning bolt. So give me a dexterity saving throw for the 2 brain monsters and 1 cultist.
All right. Let me pull up 2 brain monsters.
That's right.
They
we both have the spell.
have +2 to dexterity. Here is
Get your enemies
2.
in a straight line, and there it's good stuff.
Yep.
I rolled a 16 and a 15, which is pretty good. And then
Oh no.
for my cultist, the cultist rolled a 5.
Well, the cultist is the only one that
Well, you
gets
have
Did
hit.
they
damage.
take
with
anything
half
on a miss?
damage.
I think they take half damage on a miss. So
They
yeah.
do take half damage. All right, that is 8d6.
86.
8d6.
It's too slow.
So that's 25 damage.
All right. That cultist
and then
is
half damage to the brain duders.
12 on the brains.
the cultist hanging out on toward the eastern corner is like just completely zapped. Half of 25 is math. 12. The brain monsters are zapped, but don't look particularly phased by it.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying they're still hale and hearty. I don't. It's hard to assess the health of a
Well, did they
other
still take
dimensional
damage
monster.
though? They took,
Yeah,
took
lightning damage.
They took
Okay.
They have that look of we could take several more of these.
Did we get to see what
But
their
it did affect
skeletons
them.
look like?
It did affect them. They didn't. It mainly.
They didn't
beak.
like it or anything, right?
No, they were not.
They're
healed
more
by it.
powerful now.
Yeah, they're thinking of joining up on your side now that you know they've seen that you can offer that. All right, Polly, you have a lightning bolt that's torn across the room, badly wounding 1 cultist, annoying 2 brain monsters. Anything else?
Nope, I don't have anything else.
All right.
I mean,
Nis,
you could
oh.
move 1 up, back 1 up, or 1 down, just so you're not in the line with them.
Oh yeah, in case Nis wants to.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, I'll move up 1 then.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Back to
good
where I was.
maneuvering. Nis.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna do something that is a little complex because I'm a level 7 wizard type person, sorcerer. So I'm going to I'm gonna let's see, what am I gonna do here? And I can only cast one spell in a turn, right? Even if I can cast
Correct.
one as a bonus action, I can't cast it if I use an action to cast a spell, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna bite the west brain.
All right. Like on the brain or on a tentacle?
Or on the beak.
The beak is
No, not on
you
the
don't want a
beak.
beak. Ooh. That's how you get bitten back.
And I guess that's a bonus action. So I'm gonna. This is my my bite attack because I'm a lizard.
Did you say
person.
west brain or east brain?
West brain 14 to
West
hit.
brain. Let me just check. I think 14 hits. Yeah, these are. I guess
squishy.
they're kind of slow moving, squishy guys, but they're with horrible attacks. So yeah,
Okay.
you bite that brain.
So it's only one damage. Although with my hungry jaws, I get 2 healing from that. So that was.
Did you just eat
nice.
some of the
sweet
brain?
A little bit.
Nom, nom, nom,
A
nom.
little
Nice.
bit. It was tasty. And then
This is not recommended for all players.
in a surprise move for reasons, I am going to extend my hand toward West Brain, and they must make a Constitution save.
All right, West brain Constitution save.
So I extended my
just
teeth
check.
and now my hand.
Mhm.
Is your jaw still
Friends.
clenched on the brain, or did you
I
just
rolled
like,
a
bite and
12.
let go?
What did I need to get?
14.
That's not
Okay.
not a 14.
So 16 poison damage on
Ooh.
West Brain from the poison
Just-
spray.
how do they feel about poison? They don't care for it, but they're not. Neither
Good.
you know.
Good.
Neither.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. 19 poison damage.
All right.
Because I have an elemental affinity for poison, which adds 3 damage to any damage roll of that spell. And I shall now spend a sorcery point because having dealt poison damage, I now resist poison damage.
Oh.
Nice.
I will tell you, the physiology of these horrible
Lovely.
floating brain beak tentacle monsters is a little unclear, but the one on the west looks decidedly unwell. He's kind of
That's good.
it's kind of like
Floating a
not-
little lower.
Yeah, it's floating a little lower. It's kind of like a balloon that's been around for
drooping.
a couple too many days, and it's
Oh.
like it's a
Oh.
little lopsided, and that brain just does not have a healthy hue to it anymore.
I rolled max damage on poison spray +3, which was really great. But the reason I did it is because they poisoned me, or they tried to.
Mhm.
And
so now you
now
can't.
I have to deal poison damage in order to gain resistance, but I have now. So that's right.
Yeah.
Smart.
I have to cast a spell that deals poison damage, which I did. So awesome. That's it for Nis.
Hermione.
All right. I am going to charge.
Woo.
What will you charge?
I'm going to. That's
$29.95.
a great question. I'm going to charge East Brain.
All right.
1999. 18.
Yeah,
with
you
my
have
short
no
sword.
trouble crashing into the East Brain. It never sees you coming because it does not have visible eyes.
8 points of damage.
All right.
And I am using the hooves as my bonus action.
We're
while
biting
I'm
and kicking here today.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, we're doing what we have to do. Ooh, critical fail. But wait,
Oh.
does inspiration mean I roll again, or it just adds things to it?
No, you get to roll again.
You could roll again
Okay,
if
if
you
you
think
want.
it's worth it.
yeah, it's not worth it because I still have my whip.
All right.
Oh, how the tables are turned.
Yeah.
Now the horse has the whip.
16 hits.
Okay, 1d4.
Took back the whip.
3, 4, 7.
All right. 7 damage to East Brain.
And then
Then you get your second attack, right?
Yeah.
As you're a fighter?
I was gonna say yes. I need to remember. Thank you. So let's try it again. 20 is going to hit
Yes.
with my short. And I roll a 6 plus 4 is 10.
Was that a 20 on the die or just added up to 20?
I just added up to 20.
That brain
Unfortunately.
is also not looking so great. These things that came out, these horrible nightmare creatures that I think did a decent amount of damage to Nis, are suddenly not doing so great as soon as a gang of adventurers gangs up on them.
Well, let's see what happens with the second whip attack. I rolled a 19, which I know is going to hit. 2 plus 4 is 6 points of damage.
Okay, this brain is very badly hurt.
Excellent.
All right. Anything else, Hermione?
Nah, I think I'm okay. I'll let some other people
Frittata,
play.
you are next.
Yeah. There's not really any place I can get to where I could pop off my aura without hurting my companions, and I don't want to do that. None of you guys resist fire, right? Or are immune? Just checking. I mean, first of all, as a bonus action, I'm going into a rage and pulling out my big old maul because that's what I do. I feel like tactically it might be smart to take care of those guys on the left, but whatever, I'm raging. So instead, I'm just pushing in front of Nis, out of my way, stepping right in between both of the brains. Got a tank now that I'm raging, and I'm going to attack West Brain. With my maul, which is only an 8 to hit with the first attack.
8 does not hit West Brain.
I thought probably it wouldn't, but I get a second attack, so maybe that'll be better. 16?
16 hits West Brain.
Okay. All right. So this will be bludgeoning damage, which didn't roll that great. 7 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Both brains are not doing good. 1 or 2 hits would take them out.
Yeah, I'm also going to just move down
All right.
one more, just in case another lightning bolt goes off. I'm raging, but I'm not.
But I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're all set, Frittata, Cult Fanatics are next.
Yep.
All right. The Cult Fanatics are next. There are 2 of them that are in the
Sorry,
vicinity of Polly, and they are going to go for you, Polly. They lunge at you with curved daggers, thinking that this is their chance to, I don't know, look good in the eyes of their boss who has already run away. Let's see here. They get to make 2 attacks each with their daggers. So here they come. First set of 2 attacks. I have rolled a not very impressive 8 and a slightly mediocrely impressive 13.
The 13 hits?
13 hits. You get clipped for 4 damage, piercing damage if it matters. The second one rushes in a 12 and a 19.
They both hit.
They both hit. You get stabbed 2 more times, 4 damage each, as the cultist rain blows upon you. Over here with Hermione, 2 stab attacks on you, Hermione. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
All right. They do not connect. We are back around to the top. Nyasa, Night Reader, you are nestled in shadows in the benches of the Cathedral of Darkness while a fight is happening 15 feet away from you.
It's called tactics. It's not cowardice.
Health is a team resource.
Well, the thing is, now that all the team members are standing next to the baddies, it doesn't actually matter if I'm hiding or not. I still get the sneak attack. So I will roll out into the center aisle and looking at the brains, I'm going to throw some daggers at east brain, right brain.
The creative brain or the more
that's,
like...
that's what I'm thinking. Am I a right brain person or am I a left brain person?
That's a good
Remember
question.
what artistic is supposed to be? I'm quite artistic. Anyway, that is a 17 plus 7.
All right, your dagger cuts through the air and then cuts through the brain. in that order.
I am
And
gonna,
then the air again on the other side of the brain.
How many daggers do you have?
they're mental daggers. I don't even need physical daggers.
as many as he can think of.
It's like
That's awesome.
I've got out of the whole physical dagger business. It was
Yeah.
just annoying.
He's into cloud daggers now. It's a whole
I'm
thing.
belatedly super impressed.
Okay, that is 6, 11, 12,
Daggers as a service.
15, 19
Yes.
damage to my right brain.
All right. The right brain makes a horrible squealing noise, like a balloon with a hole in it, as it kind of like shakes and then like just falls apart. The tentacles hit the ground like wet pasta, and it is no longer a threat.
And I will throw another dagger, which is just a little one, at the left brain. Yeah, left brain. Not so good. A 6 plus 7, so that is a 13.
13?
13 will hit.
No, okay. What? I didn't think it would hit, so I didn't actually look up what. It's not very much. Okay, it's 1d4 plus 4.
1d4.
Which is
I like it. I still like it. It's
6,
still good.
6 damage to
All right.
my left brain.
That brain is very badly wounded.
And I'm just standing up now, arms wide.
All right. Next in the order is Lord Vialis Yellowcrest. Where could he be? Well, to answer that question, there is the sound of grinding stone on stone as a secret passageway opens on the eastern side of the chamber. Lord Vialis Yellowcrest is standing there. He's leaned against the doorframe because he has lost a lot of blood, but he suspects that his opportunities to hurt all of you are fading fast. He holds up his hands, kind of trembling, and a cone of cold air erupts from them as he casts Cone of Cold on basically everyone in the room, but especially you all. The brain and his other cultists have nowhere near enough hit points to live through this, so they're just dead. I'm not rolling for them. But all of you is a different question. You need to make a
Please say dexterity.
Please do say dexterity.
I believe it's going to be Constitution.
Constitution.
Yeah, it's you need to make a Constitution saving throw. You need to make his spell save is DC 14, and this is a very high level spell. You're going to take some damage on a success.
Oh boy.
This is Cone of Cold. It does 88 damage.
88. Well, I just
88.
crit my saving throw. I feel like that should
Nice.
mean that you don't get any damage.
What did you need
but-
to pass?
14 Constitution.
I rolled 16.
I rolled a
20
20.
plus 2.
14.
Yeah, I got 23 total.
Okay, so you all succeed, meaning, right? Is that what happened? Everyone succeeded?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you
11 plus
only
3.
take on a success half of 40 damage, which is 20 damage.
But I resist cold.
So you take half of half.
And I can see the attacker, so I take
Ouch.
half damage
No.
of that. No?
Oh, is that?
That's
I
I've
thought
got,
that was only when you made dexterity. Is that any of
no,
them?
it's an uncanny dodge. When an attacker that you can see
Nice.
hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to half the
Is that an
attacks.
attack though?
Hmm.
Because you roll a saving throw, so it's not. They're not rolling an attack. You're rolling a saving throw.
Okay.
There's a different thing for that, which you might also have,
What's that?
because I know that there's 2 for rogues.
D-
There's uncanny dodge and what's the other one, Tony?
I am blanking on the other one.
Shabby gazebo.
Yeah. Lord Vialis Yellowcrest takes this opportunity to then sit down because he is badly hurt. All right. The 2 brain monsters would be next, but they're dead. Paulie, you're next. Just question: how would you rate your health on a smiley face scale right now? I'm not asking for a number, but
It'd kind of be this one.
They're like straight face.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Okay, so
No one was knocked unconscious by the cone of cold, were they?
no.
No. Okay.
Our hit points are high. We're at 7s now.
I don't know.
Okay, so I am. Can I move without getting hurt?
If you move away from those cultists who are engaged with you, they get a free attack on you.
Oh, they didn't get
What
killed?
if I move like 1 north here?
You can move around them without leaving their area and not provoke. So yes, yeah. So you can do
Okay.
what you just did. What you just did.
So
is fine.
they didn't get hit by the cone of cold?
They did not. He aimed it perfectly.
What a jerk.
Jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good at what he does.
He did.
All right, let me.
He did murder
How did
2 of his minions, but
How
Wondering
did
how he
he
did it around
get
that
Polly
pillar,
and
but
not this one.
because he was just on the edge of the cone.
Oh.
yeah, it's not a lightning bolt. It doesn't go forever.
Yeah.
It stops.
What I said.
Agreed.
Okay. I'm going to kind of move here.
Mm-hmm. You saunter
And-
around the cultists.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
door open where Vialis is?
Yeah, he appeared from a secret passageway behind
And he's
him.
still there.
He's still
Yep.
there. He's not
All
going
right, I'm
anywhere.
gonna lightning bolt again.
All right, I'm gonna say
Towards-
that he would
through
have.
that
He's not very
cultist.
dexterous laying
He's
down.
sitting on the
down, right?
ground. I think that's an
Yeah.
automatic hit.
Yeah.
Really? Automatic? He's not even gonna roll. What a
Well, I'll. Do you want me to roll?
no. Don't talk about it. No.
Tiff,
he
what I
can't
like
move.
best about you is your negotiation skills.
I'm a real trauma. Okay, so yeah, let's see how dexterous is this cultist who wasn't
Mhm.
frozen.
He got a 14, which is pretty good.
Oh, what a butthead. Yeah, he gets it.
So he'll take half
He
damage.
gets half. He gets half,
Mhm.
yeah. All right, so let's give that 6d 36 damage
All
to Vialis and half to
Yeah.
Colt Boy.
Half of 36 is 18. All right. The cultist is badly, badly hurt by this. There was no way Lord Vialis Yellowcrest was going to live through that. And he is electrocuted in a pool of his own blood.
Do you like the blood I added? I'm
Yeah.
going to move kind of
He-
out of the way up to the benches.
He dies with kind of a surprised look on his face.
You can't do that, Polly, because there's the other cultists.
Remember,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
move
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
from
they're
the
going to do
cultist,
opportunity attacks, so you gotta.
Fine,
You can't
I'll
do
you
it.
could do
Stay
that, but
there.
you don't want to do that.
No.
Nope, I'll stay.
hmm
All right.
I keep
Well-
trying to move, and I just
Yeah, hand-to-hand
Yeah.
combat is not your forte.
No. The cultist would be next. The junior cultist would be next, except there are no more. Nis, you suddenly have a lot of breathing room with the horrible brain monsters not being a threat here.
I'm very cold, though.
Mm.
Very, very cold.
Yeah, it's not good for lizard people,
I could
imagine.
pop off that aura, warm
Yeah.
me right up.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
No,
taking
I'm gonna
a-
go. I'm gonna move down to the south part of the room and look
Hmm.
and line up those 2 cultists above me.
Hmm.
And
Lightning
they gotta
bolt?
make a dex. They gotta do a dex saving throw there, Tony.
All right, first one. This is the southern one. Got a 17, which I feel good about.
Yep.
Northern one got an 11, which doesn't seem so
Okay.
great.
Northern one takes full damage.
Yep.
Southern one takes half damage, and the
But how
damage
much
is 86. 86. It's actually kind of crappy. So 19 damage to the one, and then 9 to the other.
All right. They are, because you didn't
mine
roll
was
great,
better.
they are still alive, but
contest.
they are unhappy about it.
Unhappy about being alive?
Well,
that's
I mean,
sad.
they've been electrocuted twice.
They're
and
cultists.
They just saw their leader murdered
Their dream
by
was
all
to
of
be
you.
immolated and turn into a brain ball.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. I think you are mopping these creatures up quickly. It's probably just a question of how many more people are in this horrible temple. Hermione?
all right. I'm going to charge over here where all the fun is happening. Let's start with, you know what? We're going to start with my hooves.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of getting them ready to go while I'm galloping in. 16.
Yep. I'll tell you, you need a 13 to hit either of these
Excellent.
misguided miscreants.
D4. So 4 plus 3 is 7.
All right.
With my hooves.
Badly
then
hurt.
I'm gonna use my sword. 16. Nope. 16 plus 7. Yes, it hits. I don't need to do the math other than to know that it worked. And 5 points of damage.
Oh, so badly hurt.
Let's bring out the whip, shall we? 17 to hit. And 4 plus 4 is 8 points of damage.
That cultist hits the ground. There's one cultist left between you and Polly.
Excellent. Let's use my short sword again. Yes, that hits because I rolled a 15. 7 points of damage.
That cultist joins his friend on the floor.
Excellent.
You look around, and it seems like for a moment, this Cathedral of Darkness is free of cultists or their horrible brain monsters. But you know there are other dangers lurking in this dungeon/temple. What will you do next?
That is a good question. Oh, also, I looked it up. It's evasion is the other thing that rogues get, which you do get at 7th level if you're a straight up rogue. And that lets you roll a dexterity saving throw to only take half of the damage from an area of an effect.
All
right.
Effect spell.
Oh, I do have that. Oh, well, never mind.
Too late now.
Or you take no damage if you succeed on the saving
Tony-
throw and half if you fail.
Obviously, bad cult here.
Mhm.
Obviously.
Not one of your best cults, no.
Can Nis now having a moment to look at the cathedral have some idea of sort of what the history of this was? This unearthed?
Honestly,
and-
I'm trying
Why
to
the
decide if
tongues?
Fratata would be running out to try to kill the rest of the people, considering that she's in the middle
She's
of
so
a rage.
ragey.
Give me a
Mhm.
quick
Okay.
history or something check. History or Arcana check.
I'll do an
yeah.
Arcana because of the 23 because of the sorcery.
You're looking at this statue seems to be a recent construction. You suspect that this whole area may have been used for something else in the past, but this place was built for this cult. This is not something that they have unearthed. This is recent developments that they have done, and you're pretty sure that this whole thing is allowing them to make contact with some horrible outer planes creature that is sending people over.
How much effort do you think it would be for us to destroy this statue?
Yeah.
Burn it all down.
It would probably take you a little bit of time to it would
Ooh,
probably
I
take
have
a
Earth stuff.
it would probably take a Goliath, a centaur, and a earth moving gnome. A little bit of time to topple this statue, but it's certainly within their possibility of their physical and magical nature.
Is this made of stone?
Yeah.
All right. I could change its shape and make
Yeah.
it into something stupid.
Make it
Make it
a
a
statue
man.
of yourself.
Yeah.
A little mouse.
I
Statue
would
of
ask
Farrell
you-
in a hat.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
statue of Sarah. You should make it a statue of Sarah.
But no, we
statue
want to
of
burn it all
Sarah.
down.
Yeah.
So
That's true. We don't
I
wanna burn
do
it down.
think there is the challenge. You are clearly at the heart of the cult here. You've taken down their leader. He's dead. Also, probably a significant number of them. But there are at least two other brain things and other cultists.
And
There's
There's a
at lea-
dungeon,
and
there
they're
might
a
be
lower
we're
level.
prisoners
low
that
on
we
hit
need to-
points too.
Yeah.
So I think that
I've-
there is
wow.
a tactical question now of like, what do we do? Do we keep moving, or do we hole up somewhere? Do we? I think you probably, if you don't make that decision quickly, it may be made for you by other people in this temple.
All right, I've come out of my rage. I think we should go down the secret passageway.
I'm gonna
I can
search for Alice before we go because he might have some
On the way.
stuff.
And there's an
Little
office.
Anthony's also looting everyone.
Yeah, look, a couch. We can take a nap.
Yeah.
I will tell you, the cult fanatics do not seem to be much in the way of personal property, so they don't have anything exciting on them.
Cults.
But Lord Vialis does seem to be a pretty high-level magic user. He is wearing under his cult robes a magical set of robes known as the Robe of Scintillating Colors, which would have
Whoa.
made him
Ooh.
very hard to hit if he had been alive long enough to use it.
So he's Joseph in the Technicolor
Oh,
Dreamcoat.
basically.
Is this what's happening?
Nis wants that.
Nis
robe.
gets it
He also
Nis
has
gets it.
because you risk so much and then
yeah.
set everything on fire.
yeah.
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 Well,
He's got a set of keys that
You get
presumably
MVP.
open, some important things here in his temple. And he's wearing, 5 shiny gold bracelets worth 150 gold pieces each. Hey, there's 5 of you. Why don't each of you take 150 gold pieces in bracelets? Yeah.
Friendship bracelet.
Friendship
bracelet. Yay.
Friendship
Previously
Adding it
owned
to
by
extra.
a spooky cult leader.
also covered in blood, but never mind.
Yeah.
We can wash that off.
Well, I chuck the robe over to Nis. I take the keys and I throw the bracelets, one to each of us, and then we all barrel down the secret passage. Dragging.
Wait. Before we go, I can meld stone, and it says that I can make doors impassable.
We might want to be able to get out.
Well,
you don't know
presumably
where
what
this
has been
goes.
melded can be unmelded, right?
I only have one of those.
Maybe
spells.
save it in case you really need it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have it in a different level. Nope, just the big level. I can break it later, in a different way.
I mean,
it says,
we might.
You can also shape a stone door or its frame to seal the door shut.
Well, I don't think we want to seal the door shut behind us because we don't know if there's an outlet here.
Yeah.
So
I think if
keep it on
I'll
standby
just
for
watch
sure.
the back.
if,
My flanks will flank.
I mean, I could earth tremor it later.
Flanking flank.
yeah.
I think, Paulie, especially if you had an hour to prepare, you could, that statue's not going to last very long, right?
Yeah.
We can come back for the statue. I feel like it's more important to take out
Yeah.
the actual
So what do you want to do?
Yeah.
You know that there are 2 brain monsters and 3 junior cultists north of you, back the way you came. There's some other side rooms to the cult that you didn't fully explore. You also know that Lord Vilas Yellowcrest just before he died, popped out of the secret passageway to the east.
Right.
Where do
we
you want to
also
go?
have taken a lot of cold damage.
You have taken a lot of gold
Well,
damage.
some of us have.
Can this become Lord Vialis and just walk us out? Or you're done with
Of
that?
course.
Yeah.
Or could try.
Yeah.
I've also got a potion of healing, of some kind of healing, which
I have
got.
healing words and stuff.
This-
so
too,
this is
but
down
it's
at
not going to
12.
do much.
I have
12
a
hit points
that's
now.
low.
superior
Yes.
potion of healing if Nis would like it.
Maybe we should tuck ourselves into the secret
Yeah,
passageway
let's
and do some healing
drag
quick.
Lord Vialis into the passageway, just a bit.
Oh yeah, we don't want to leave his body behind if we're going
No,
to
no, yeah,
pretend to be
yeah.
him later.
We'll drag him away.
Rule number 1 of identity theft: hide the body.
Yeah.
Hide the body. I have 40 out of 60 hit points, so I'm doing fine.
Yeah, Nis is
Yeah,
not
I'm
doing
at
great.
43.
I've
out
got
of-
Nis got
53.
pecked and poisoned and colded. It's
Yeah, Nis was frontline.
Yeah.
Frontline.
Frontline
She
lizard.
prefers
Right
not to
there.
be up there, but
Yep.
Mhm.
You do what
you
you gotta
know,
do.
when you're disguise yourself as the
Yep.
elf with the
When
hat,
you're
you
wearing
got to be
a
in the
fancy
front.
hat,
Yep.
something's going to happen.
Ugh.
All right, into the passageway.
All right, you head into the passageway. You are leaving behind several cultist bodies, 2 brain monsters, and you did make noise, so
Deflated brain monsters.
people are gonna
Which
find
is why
that.
we're closing the secret passage door.
You
behind
head
us.
into the
Yep.
secret passageway. It's unclear how many of the cults are familiar with this secret passageway. It is secret. This little there's a little vault here. There's a short hallway that presumably Lord Vialis traveled down. There's 2 wooden chests sitting in this dark room, and then there's a staircase leading down.
All right, we should probably close the door behind us.
Yep.
I will guard the top of the staircase while people who need healing do healing. I don't think we have time for a short rest, which would take a full hour. But with spells and potions, we might be able to get into better shape.
Oh no,
I'm fine.
We left little Anthony outside.
Oh, he's looting. He's having
okay.
so much fun right now.
Little Anthony can turn invisible at a
He's
moment's
just
notice. So.
chewing on
Yeah,
his
yeah, he's a
brains.
fiend. It's fine.
He did it whole.
He blends.
He may take over the cult leader position.
We're going to come
Actually,
back
yeah,
and
he
the
puts
statue
on
is
the
going to
little
be
coat.
Big Anthony.
Yeah, big Anthony.
You left him with the hat.
Oh no.
Cults are always looking for advancement. That's the trouble with cults.
Yeah.
You know? This is literally a dungeon full of people that are easily swayed.
You have more
Right.
fun as a follower, but
Yeah.
you make more money as a leader.
Reference
Yeah.
acknowledged.
I'm gonna check out the chests and see if they have any traps on them.
They appear
Who needs,
untrapped.
Who needs a healing word?
Nis.
Yes.
Nis, I'm gonna heal you.
Thanks.
1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
1d4. Sorry.
So 4. You got 4 health.
Okay.
Did-
This now has
Sorry.
16 out of 51 hit points.
Would you like a
Listen,
superior?
Do you have
tried.
cure wounds as well?
I-
Or do you just have healing word?
I just have healing word.
I can the potion of healing is a superior one. You'll get 8d4 plus 8.
Ooh,
80.
I think it might be worth it.
I like it.
Okay, I hand over my potion of healing.
Oh, that's good stuff. Nissa's back up to 1 short of max HP.
All right.
Nice.
Feeling
That's
good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have a
I
rummage
don't
in the
have any
chests.
potions.
All right. You open the chests. Probably the keys that Lord Violas had would have been useful, but I don't think Dias has ever used a key in her life.
Why use a
She's
key
morally
when you don't
opposed
have
to them.
Waste of metal. You can make a dagger out of that.
Yep. The chests have kind of a weird assortment of stuff. It has that telltale sign of things that were taken from other people box of stuff. There's a longsword, there's some daggers, there's some jeweled earrings, and basically a collection of coins that were probably taken from different sources. Probably these were from the recruits that weren't recruits in terms of their personal belongings. Why don't we say that you have another 50 gold pieces worth of stuff for each of you?
Nice.
Sweet.
There are stairs leading down if you're the kind of people who want to go into the basement of a cult temple.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
like rolling
I
down in the deep.
I think we
Let's
need
go.
to
Yeah.
because there might be prisoners down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's to save people, not to loot.
Oh,
Yeah.
remember when you
I
were
mean,
remember when you were gonna just drop a whole tower on this whole place?
Yep.
Nobody actually wanted to do that who was thinking, clearly.
If we had actually done that, what would have happened, Tony?
I mean, that's not exactly adventuring because
save it for
We,
Gribbets.
we might
Yeah.
not have got the XP, but we might have won.
The stairs head down. The area below the temple is much more like a cave with twisting passageways. If you scroll over to the right, there's the stairs and there's a twisty cave passageway that you emerge in. Yeah.
Okay.
Erica
I
found
will
it.
I will go first. Probably Hermione will
Oh.
flank.
Flanking the flank.
Flank. We're reaching the end of the adventure. I'm going to go in a little bit in fast forward mode. For Tata, you lead the way. It is dark and unlit, and not too far down the
I have torches.
passageway.
Yeah, I
you can
cast
see that there are a variety of side passages here. In each of these kind of nooks off of the main tunnel, there are mounds of ash and bone
Oh,
that have been
That
That
piled
doesn't
up.
sound good.
Seems
Not-
like this cult has been at work for a while.
Oof.
Does that mean anything to me in like Arcana terms?
Does seem significant that they are collecting them.
I got a 16 on an Arcana check.
As
To
you are
investigate one of them?
thinking about this, yeah, it seems like they must be collecting these for something, and it seems like they're probably. I think your immediate instinct would be that these are intended as ingredients in something not great.
Mm.
Do I
Are
have
there
any idea
tons?
of how I might? Is there a way that I could make it so that they are no longer useful, like dousing them in like I don't know holy water or something
you
like
could-
that? With
or
that?
burying them, right? There's a lot of post cleanup work on a cult temple, right? You got to smash a statue.
Yeah.
You gotta
depending on
bury
We'll
all
call
the
in the
stuff.
cleanup crew
Yeah.
with all of our extra money, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
crime scene people.
I just
Making a mental
prestidigitation, Tony. I go.
You're gonna do that a couple times. It takes
I
hours.
don't have that.
This is
I don't have that.
special work. You do hear the kind of chatter of voices to the north for Tata.
All right, I'm like,
Yeah, let's check it out.
I don't think it's
Let's
worth
go.
even trying to be quiet right now.
We're
I mean,
clearing-
unless we want to
clearing
do
this-
the Lord Vialis is leading the way thing.
Is Lord Vials leading the way, or is it
Sure.
just
Sure,
Mhm.
sure.
All right.
I will disguise self as Lord Vialis. Put away my hat.
all right?
Uh-oh.
You head north, and there's kind of an opening in the tunnel where it gets kind of wider, and there's I don't know if it's there's on one side of the kind of opening in the tunnel, there is basically a large cell and it's full of they look like they're kind of, they look like farm people, but they're kind of dirty, and maybe they've been here for a while. Maybe some of they look dressed similarly to perhaps some of the people you saw in the tavern last night, and they look pretty unhappy. And kind of across the hallway from them is a bunch of cultists. One kind of tough looking cultist and three junior cultists who kind of stand up straighter as they see Lord Vialis marching through the tunnels in their direction.
I mean, we're here to just collect some more sacrifices.
Tell them to kill each other, and the one who's left.
So Lord Vialis says, "I don't need any more people. Why don't you release them back out into the world? They can go. We don't need them."
Are you? I am not questioning you. And give me a quick deception check, Nis, as the tough cultist goes over to open the cells.
20.
All right. Wow.
Nice.
The tough cultist
This is good at
Lamb.
deception.
The
That's
tough
my thing.
Slay.
opens the cell, and
Cultists.
the four there's a bunch of commoners kind of jammed in here. You think there's probably 6 or 7 of them. I guess you would know if there are 7 of them.
Oh, they're all piled on top of each other.
Yeah, they're all shoved in here. It's very uncomfortable. One of them looks kind of like a young version of Old Fargo, the tavern keeper.
It's young Fargo.
Young Fargo.
Yeah, and they kind of stumble out. They seem to be headed north.
Or would it just be Fargo?
Well, I mean, is the cultist leading them out? Because it's not like,
Is that
like
what
you can't just.
I guess is that the cultist says there's a way. Move it along, keep it moving, and the cultist is kind of taking the former
Lead.
captors, leading them north.
I think Frittata is going to follow, regardless of what anybody else does, just because it's totally possible that something could happen to these people on the way out, and I'm not having
Sure.
All right.
that. So
The 3 other junior cultists hang back, hoping not to get mixed up in this.
And Lord Vialis says to them, there are some bodies in the cathedral. Remove them.
And they fall in behind the group of commoners. They're all headed north. It seems like you approached these tunnels through a secret passage that the cultists are not
They
used to
don't know
using.
about.
All right.
All
all right.
I'll just tell you, the tunnels they're kind of twisty caverns. They head north, and there is a staircase that is going to take them up to the main entryway of the temple.
Okay.
As you head
Sweet.
north, you might notice off to one side there is kind of a strange chamber that is Great Dungeons and Dragons word, an ossuary. It is a chamber that holds a
bones.
mound of charred bones, desiccated body parts, and skulls scattered across a linen sheet. There are strange red-black runes marking the sheet's edges, seemingly scribed in blood. This seems like perhaps where they have been collecting the bones and ashen remains of the people they are ritually sacrificing for use in something else.
We'll be back to
Okay. Does somebody want to give me
desecrate the desecration?
a quick Arcana check as they look at that?
Yeah. Nis looks at that. That's a 20.
I also got 20.
Nis and Polly, you look at this. There are the remains of dozens and dozens of people here, and you can tell from the horrible blood runes that have been marked into this chamber that some kind of summoning magic is being prepared here. It seems like sometime in the near future, Lord Vialis was planning to probably bring something from the outer planes that was much bigger and much more powerful than the brain monsters you all faced. So, your little caravan of confused cultists and freed captives who are not asking any questions arrive back up in the foyer where there are 3 now wide awake cultists and 2 floating brain monsters still bobbing around. What happens now, people?
Well, I say, villagers out of the, go return to your homes. We don't need you. Get out. I try to be all grumpy about it, like Vialis
All right.
presumably would be.
The villagers are not asking questions. They help each other since some of them are pretty wounded, and they scamper north away from the temple, hopefully to never be sacrificed again. There's still, at this point, you've now kind of collected people in one area. So there are There's one tough guy cultist and 6 junior cultists, and and 2 floating brain monsters. And I think everyone's looking at you as if like, what now?
And so Lord Vialis says,
Everybody stand in that corner.
all right, yeah, all right.
Group together.
Stand in line. Let's
Plan
line up.
Line up.
Oh yeah,
By height,
big
please.
changes around here. Lots of new stuff going on. I'm going to give you all new assignments, so I want you all to line up.
Oh, this is going to be a
They all, kind of awkwardly file in and form kind of military style ranks. I will tell you, the brain monsters are just kind of floating around. They seem to not follow instructions in the same way that the cultists do.
Okay.
How's that? I put them in kind of a grid.
2
maybe
lines, please. 2 lines. 2 lines.
All right,
2
fine.
lines. 2 lines.
Yep.
And I gesture to Polly.
Party.
And I say, Polly, stand here in front of this line.
I am carefully
Where are
getting
you?
10 feet away from all of my friends.
Where am I?
You're
Yes.
shouting from in the chamber.
Out here next to
Yep.
me.
Okay.
This Polly, new recruit.
Wait, what about the brain monsters?
Well,
They
Well,
don't line
we
up.
could
They won't-
wait
they
for
won't
one of them
listen.
to float past
Just
into the front.
yeah.
I got time.
Can I use my whip
Is it wrong
like,
to lightning bolt
Cultists?
cultists?
Who were
that helped
sacrificing
murder people?
They're already
Dude.
evil. They've
Did
done
any
the
of them
murdering.
look like they were relieved that the commoners got let go? I'm going to make an insight check.
Can we
Oh, that's a good
roll
idea.
to see if they have any heart?
I got a 4.
They seemed
So-
ambivalent.
Yeah, let's kill ambivalence. I hate ambivalence.
Okay.
I am gonna line up with this brain at the
All
bottom.
right.
Very nice.
And
Very
so you murder a cult in cold
Yeah.
electric,
And then
in cold
I turn to
electric
Polly and I go,
blood.
lightning bolt. 3, 2, 1.
And the cultists are like, why are we counting down? And all right, the little cultists, the junior cultists are immediately electrocuted. The 2 tough cultists put up a bit of a fight before you take them down, and probably you get a maybe some of you took a few hits defeating the 2 brain monsters, but you have managed to do basically a clean sweep of the temple, making sure that this cult is unlikely to ever rise again because there's no one here to fill in for Lord Vialis.
We'll tear up the tapestries and bury the
Mhm.
remains, and Polly will melt down the statue into something goofy.
Oh,
And it might take you several days to basically totally finish looting this place, searching
Worth
it,
it.
taking taking the
A lot of gold
remains,
pieces.
taking the
As long
remains
as we get
out,
to go
and
to the spa later,
burying
it's
them on
fine.
the hillside.
we should tell Sarah as
There's
well.
a beautiful montage.
I was going to try to kill them with my sparkling new robe, but I would have to attune, and I didn't have enough time to do that.
Over the next few days, you take the time to make sure all of the spooky stuff is totally removed. You do find that Lord Vialis had like a little library and an office here. He keeps a diary where you find out that the name of this strange outer plane creature that he's been communing with for over 5 years now, starting back in Waterdeep, is this horrible tentacle brain monster called Garanu, who he just thinks is the best. Tucked in kind
It
of
says the best. Like,
Tucked
with hearts
off-
all
It's
around
got
it.
little hearts, yeah.
And their names together, like plus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vialis
Plus
plus
the-
monsters from the other planes, heart.
tucked off in a strange little secret compartment you find off of the main cathedral after you've toppled the horrible statue of Garanu is a secret compartment with where Lord Vialis keeps his spookiest of books and a strange golden urn that that filled with ashes, specifically the ashes of his family that he slew back in water
and
deep.
the servants.
And the servants.
Oh.
And as you lay those ashes to rest in, just a lovely place in the countryside outside Greenvast, you see an image of Lady Vialis, of the children that were betrayed by their evil father, and several servants, one of whom looks very, very familiar, who still speaks no words, but kind of gives you a quiet nod as they fade away, now being able to lay to rest. And that's the story of how you took out a super spooky cult. And probably they had some spooky books in case you want to check those into Candlekeep. 20 years from now, those will be a quest for somebody else to deal with. So,
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm also, of course, looking for any clues as to where my brother might possibly be.
No clues are
I don't know
present
if
as
that'd
to that
And
here.
and Nis takes some time to admire the multi-level, lower level beneath the tower and the rehab potential of the tower, and wonders if perhaps this too could
Satellite
be
campus.
Satellite
a campus for the sorcery school. Yeah.
The location is not great. There's also the question
Tony, do you know where the current campus
It's
is?
in a
It
swamp?
is in a
It's in a
It is
swamp.
a skull temple in a swamp.
When you're learning sorcery, you don't want to be in the middle of town. Like that's
Sorry,
the thing.
White
That's
Sparrow.
probably
We're not in the middle of town. We're outside.
right. No, that's what I'm saying. That's a good thing. This is a bonus. It's a feature. Not a
Okay.
bug.
I guess that's I don't know how to run an evil. Sorry, not
It's a
evil.
destination
I don't know
school.
how to run a
Not evil.
swamp
Yeah.
magic school. So
So this is gonna. I mean, it actually, this tower would be much less obviously creepy than the skull temple
true.
that we've. I mean, we've got
In
like
a
banners
swamp.
up. There's like little, like we've tried to dress it up, but in the end, it is a big temple
There's only
shaped like a skull.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, like you could really turn this Cathedral of Darkness around, and it doesn't have to be a spooky cult place. But the place that's like it's a skull cave, there's only so much you can do.
There's
with
only
that.
so much you can do. So
a
Nis
lot
is
of the
gonna
evil
consider
is
this.
structural load-bearing evil.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Yeah.
right.
Well, congratulations. You have completed an adventure.
Yay.
That means you level up. I didn't think we were going to finish
Oh.
today, so I'm impressed that you all did. And
We're
I
good.
think you handled dealing with this sprawling dungeon of cult badness in a very tactically sound way that didn't kill you. So, yeah. Good job.
Good job, Nis.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Disguise
Yeah.
self. And this keeps the hat.
Oh,
Of
heck
course.
yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Goes
That
on
is
the
not
trophy
magical.
wall.
It's just awesome.
It's just an awesome hat.
It's just a great hat.
Just a sweet, sweet hat.
Love
Well, listeners, thank you for watching along this adventure. It's always exciting when we actually finish something, and we will be back someday with the next adventure. An adventure I have not read yet, but I can tell you that it is called something alliterative.
Nice.
Yeah, it is called The Lore of Lurue, Lurue. I don't know what that
Ooh.
means yet because I haven't read the adventure, but I will and will play it someday. Bye for now.
The Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members